Welcome, everybody, to Generation Dan, the only podcast that when you got the morbs, when you need to bitch the pot, when you are feeling far out, you come to us. I am Atlas Novack. I am your millennial. Who else is here with me?
I am Dino, the genetic Marl, and I am officially, I guess, a Gen Xer. Or I would just refer to myself as an old fuddy-duddy at this point. It feels like it's just one of those... I don't know. I keep on feeling like things are moving and I'm not, and it feels weird. That's for sure. Good morning, Jim. How are you, sir?
So today we're talking about slang, and specifically the slang that sticks around versus not, because we like to think that whatever these goddamn kids are like, oh, they're saying things like bet or no cap and like, ew, gross, the kids are doing that. Everybody's got slang. Every generation when they were young was doing the things to like freak out the olds or communicate with each other in a way that could get around authority.
I mean,
some have stood the test of time, some have not. We're going to look at some of that.
I mean, listen, I feel like I'm fine. I'm glad you're fine. I mean, I think people need to bring back being fine as being that is a completely reasonable thing. I'm fine. Good for you. You know?
See, at least for like this might be relegated to my wife and I, but I'm fine is usually the opposite because it's said in a way where you go, it's fine, I'm fine, it's fine, everything's cool, I'm fine. And then you could see like the face cracking as you're saying that.
I you know what? I'm not a fan of the verbiage I'm fine, but unless I hear a tone because someone says I'm fine, and you're like, you don't sound fine, you know. I like to say I'm okay.
Yeah,
I'm okay.
I always get reminded of Hey Arnold. There was that kid who keeps getting hurt. Like you hear him like the bang crash, and then off screen you hear him go, "I'm okay." Like, what was his name? The little red-haired kid, Eugene. Yeah.
Oh. Hey Arnold was the one with the football head, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's always freaked me out. I was like, why do cartoons have weird shaped heads these days?
What do you mean? All cartoons have always had weird shaped heads.
No, they've had large heads, which I'm like, those are just little people. Little people have bigger heads than they should have, and it's freaky. I mean, but Mickey Mouse, like, also, it's he was very small, and I feel he was relatively proportionate. But like, I think Phineas and Ferb also
character
triangle
is like
head.
an interesting silhouette. A football head makes for a really interesting silhouette.
I mean, that is true. I'll give you that.
Sorry, I was talking. I had a lunch with a bunch of teacher friends the other day, and
that sounds like it involved a lot of alcohol. Go on.
Kinda. It was dim sum. You ever been to dim sum?
Yes, lots of times.
Dim sum's the shit, but
I agree.
She's an art teacher. So, like, one time I had her come in because when I was teaching film study, I would show the kids Who Framed Roger Rabbit, and the assignment is to, like, draw yourself as a toon. So you can kind of play with that however you want. But I had her come in and sort of explain, like, how do you make yourself a cartoon character that's not just, like, I drew it? Like, you got to exaggerate the proportions and shit. So I remember her talking about that.
I follow a few Instagram or TikTok accounts that are just caricatures. Like they just draw character, like people who draw caricatures in real life.
That's pretty wild.
And some of the drawings are horrific. And I'm like, and people are like, do you want to do a caricature? I'm like, no, I know exactly what's wrong with me. I don't need everyone to see. I don't need to be emphasized. Thank you very much. I'm good. You know? But
so I guess the easiest way to do this is pulling up the slang from our generations first.
Okay, let's go.
And sort of looking backward, because there are things like the word cool has been around for over a century at this point.
Yes.
Cool to mean not cool to the touch, but like everything cool, awesome, nice. Like it's from like the 1920s at the least to now. That stuck around. And other things have way not. So
Yeah, yeah. I mean, like, so I just pulled up common slang for the 80s. And I'm looking at some of it and going, yeah, that's still some of it was just the like also too like you have used certain words in our conversations where I'm like, I have no idea what that means. But that's the thing is like there are a lot of words in English language that mean a lot that people just don't use, right? And I think that that like having a broader vocabulary is a beneficial thing. And pulling something back from Victorian era slang, I think, is definitely a way to just stick it to somebody. Polo, I don't know. We don't know,
Okay.
and I don't. That's ridiculous. Nobody
What sort of
should
things
know.
have I said that you've been like, what does he mean by that?
Oh, you use certain words that are complex that have deeper meaning. But I don't. None come to mind because
Yeah.
I don't have good vocabulary. I just swear a lot. That's what I use as sentence enhancers instead of actual words that mean stuff.
Hey,
Like,
Patrick, how the fuck are
yeah, I mean 100%. Like that's
you? Yeah.
like also at the same time, like there are certain mannerisms that you pick up from various things. Like I, for the longest time, would just look at people like this fucking guy, and then I saw it on What We Do in the Shadows, and he's like
There you
fucking
go.
guy, and I'm like, bro,
What are we doing?
I love dropping that on people, like
Yeah.
fucking guy.
You pick up a lot of stuff from like TV and movies.
Definitely.
You know, whether that sticks around varies. Oops. Okay. I used to be the big man on campus. Now the kids call me a creeper, which is slang for keeper, I think.
That's
Jim,
correct.
there's like a
100%.
Minecraft angle to that.
Yeah.
Part of it. The other part is just like you're creepy looking.
I mean, I'm creepy looking too. I did an audition for a mob movie, and they're like, "We'd love you as a henchman and bodyguard," and I'm like, "Just as a job or for the movie?" They're like, "For the movie," and I'm like, "Sounds good." I'm like, "I can do."
Well, that's the work you're doing.
No. Yeah, that's that. Awesome. Well, I also got haunted. I got hired at a haunted house that is like really, really scary, and I'm like, "Yay! I get to be myself. It's so nice." Hi, Victoria.
Yay! Let me be myself.
Like I've had to explain this to a few people where I'm like, listen, I'm bad at not being myself. That's basically what it is. I'm just man, some of the Victorian slang is savage. It is savage. We're gonna get into it, don't worry. But yeah,
and her name is Victoria, so that's like doubly.
I mean,
like,
yeah, she's gonna drop some of this on me. I am sure of it.
Oh, totally. Yeah. So we'll get there. I just like going in reverse with
sure.
Starting with the millennials. So things like receipts, right? Like I have the receipts of someone. Usually it's like social media. Like I got the receipts for your hypocrisy. Pow, this you, that kind of thing.
Thanks
so what's
a lot.
This show about? Generational differences. Today we're talking about slang that did or didn't stand the test of time, which will end with Victorian slang.
Yeah, well, yeah. So feel free to put in the comments any slang that you think was something that you enjoyed as a youth and continue on. And let's be honest, that probably when you say it around young people, they just look at you like, what the hell does that mean? Which, in all honesty, is hilarious. Wow. Thank you very much for coming. Please share and subscribe. We appreciate all support as possible. Feel free to send us money. You can do that through my channel. It's great. Yeah, we're very, very nice here.
So far, receipts and is still a thing. Extra is still a thing, I think, or the phrase on one. Bay definitely did not stick around.
Good. Garbage. Yeah, it was horrible.
I hated Bay when it was like new, but pet name that stands for before anyone else. I thought it was just saying babe without the B. I didn't know it was an acronym.
It's not. You know what? People try and make it that, and you're like, yeah, it's not. It's just stupidity. It's just not using. I used to say the term groovy a lot in high school. I mean, yeah, she dropped that on once, and I just looked at her. I'm like, don't do that. Don't.
Well, like,
don't.
There are times where you like sort of appropriate other generation slang. I've said far out a couple of times, but like saying cool feels weird nowadays. I don't think
that's true. That is that because
really?
So I think about it this way is because cool is just such a openly accepted. Like when you hear a slang term on the news, you're like disgusting. Just immediately, that's gross.
Yes.
Yeah. You know, I think
there is a life cycle of like slang or memes. The second they say it on the news, it's dead.
Oh, definitely. Yeah. Definitely. Yeah. And that's so when you say cool, people are just like, is it cool, grandpa? Like, it's very Jim Eaton groovy. Yeah. Oh, 100%.
Yeah. I think it's like, in the case of cool, it's never used in a full sentence. It's always like a response to something. Hey, I got beer for tonight. Cool. And then you just keep moving. It's not, that's really cool that you got beer.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It's more of an interjection than a adjective for something.
Yeah.
I tend to say aces a lot, and I know where I picked that up, and that's from Scrubs.
That's fair.
The TV show, because you had Dr. Cox saying like different sarcastic ways to say cool, right? Where he's like fantastic or aces or whatever. But I say aces like unironically at this point.
But aces also like the funny thing is that like a pair of aces is actually not that great of a hand when it comes to poker for the simple because like it doesn't pair well, and the chances of you getting another ace to get three of a kind doesn't really happen very often. NC Tyrant Hunter, I don't know what that means, but hey, peace to you too. Yeah. I'm trying to incorporate tremendous into my usual. So I try to incorporate new words I learn on a regular basis, and I lose it after like 24 hours, if not less. And I'm just like, what was that word I want to start using? Yep, gone. It's just
there. Yeah. You guys actually saw that with me a couple months ago. I did a rewatch of Dairy Girls, and they say cracker to mean cool or awesome. You guys remember that? Yeah.
It does not mean cool or awesome, though.
Yeah, I know in like America it doesn't, but like it did there, and it like I don't know. I tried it once and it didn't work out well, so I let that.
I just love the idea of you going cracker. Someone going, "The fuck did the cracker say cracker?"
The opposite of cool, where it's not as an interjection, you have to use it as an adjective. Like that outfit's pretty cracker or whatever. But it works better with the accent, and I don't have the accent, so.
Congratulations, 200K. That's awesome, bro. I'm just coming up on 2000. I'm doing pretty
my
good.
rabbi is a millennial and uses the word cool a lot.
That in and of itself, I have an issue with.
Having religious a rabbi is pretty awesome.
I'll give you that, but any sort of religious someone employed in a religious function cannot use slang. Just you're not allowed. Just I feel like no. You have books, and your job is book reading.
He is not allowed to turn the chair around and say, "Let's rap about Moses" or whatever. I'm the worst in the world.
So I was thinking of my homie Moses, and you're just like, "Absolutely not. It's absolutely not.
Yeah.
It's not okay."
And about these 10 plagues that we read about in
the yeah. So you have these 10 digits, and you're just like, no, just stop.
Nope,
just stop right there.
Stop. Yeah.
It feels it does feel like that's one of the things where I do my best not to swear in any sort of work environment until I hear someone higher than me swear, and then I'm like, your example, because I heard a manager go, "Oh, fuck that." And I went, "Ooh, really? Okay." I'm like, yeah, it's good. You know,
profanity,
my homie with those rocks.
You know, my homie with those rocks. Like, I hear other teachers swear that are like been here longer than me, and that's not technically seniority. It's just, they've been here longer. But there's like, don't swear in front of the kids because that sort of thing.
See,
like
Victoria
that's the understanding, at least.
Victoria gets mad at me for swearing around children, and I explain to her that I'm swearing at the children. It doesn't make a difference. So it's not.
God forbid you ever have kids. He was talking about the Deuteronomy description of a king yesterday and was saying what was cool was that the rabbi can't be haughty. Deuteronomy always sounded like gross, even though that's
I swear at work all the time. Oh, also, if you want to hear a sailor speak, get Victoria behind the wheel of a car. Immediately, she is horribly.
You need to record that and put it on your TikTok if she'll allow it.
Yeah, but then I'm taking my life into my own hands because Victoria's driving. It's not.
Did it before my current director. He just nodded and also started swearing. Fuck. And then the director's like, yes.
Yeah.
Also fuck. And we can continue on with that. And let's circle back in corporate speak.
I've heard, you know what, though? There is something fun about older people using slang inappropriately.
Oh, yeah.
Let's circle jerk that later. And you're like, what the fuck?
No.
I get the feeling that's wildly inappropriate.
I get the feeling they do it on purpose. My dad definitely does because he likes to blame it on the Parkinson's, but it's like he's pretty funny with it.
I saw a clip of Curb Your Enthusiasm where Michael J. Fox hands Larry David soda.
Yeah.
And Larry David opened it and it explodes into him. He's like, "Did you do that on purpose?" He's like, "Parkinson's, man." And I'm like, your dad would definitely be like, "Oh, sorry,
totally
it's you do." Yeah. Yes. It's because, that's sorry, it's the dementia. Be like, no, fuck you. Sorry, it's the dementia happening.
All right, so looking at the rest of these, we got low key, which like kind of stuck around, but it sort of devolved into this thing where you just sort of you use it as a modifier to not mean anything. Yeah. Grandma be circle jerking the bacon. Thanks a lot. Please go subscribe. You're very fun.
Yeah, nice. Thank
you. But like they'll just say like, I low key have baseball practice today, and you're like, what? How did low key help that? How did that modify that in any way?
Like, low key stuck around.
You weren't trying to keep it secret. You were just like, I have baseball practice today. I think it's the equivalent of like millennials when we text, we add LOL to the end of things, even though it's not necessarily funny.
Yeah.
Like, you just do it. Like,
I was driving the school bus. Someone cut me off, and I screamed the F word. I mean, did you scream F word? Because that would be even funnier.
In front of a bunch of children? Fun, Jim.
I mean, yeah.
Low key stuck around. Yeah.
Yeah. It look. I just found out yesterday night what Riz stood for.
Oh, I had one of those things where like I was able to be on the ball with Riz. Like I knew, like figured out what it meant fairly early.
Yeah.
And then it was word of the year in 2023. Here's the thing. I used it in front of my seniors the other day because it was like interviewing skills, right?
Right.
I'm like, you guys know Riz, like we don't use that anymore. I'm like, oh my god, it's already like dropped out of the lexicon. Like it's Gen Z specifically, and the alphas have arrived because I've started getting the 6-7 shit going on.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that would happen that quickly.
I mean, and also too, like I feel like as you get older, and I'm experiencing this now more than I think you'll be experiencing it slowly very soon, is that time seems to be traveling a lot faster, and the concept of that has been that like you only have such a reference point. So as a young person, time feels so much more expansive because you have less existence. Whereas as you get older,
1 year is 1/18th of your life versus 1/30th of
right. So that's why, like, if you were dating somebody for a year, you're like, yeah, that's a huge portion of my life right now. Whereas later on, people are like, we were married for 20 years, and then it's like, go fuck yourself, and you're like, why? You're like, man, it's just a blink. Who cares? And you're just like, well, that's because you're 97 and no one loves you. Several parents complained. I told my boss it's good kids are talking to their parents.
We had back to school night this week, and I got five kids and their parents out of like the close to 70 that I teach. That's normal. High school, you don't really get a lot of kids for back to school night. But I tried to leave like 5 minutes early, and I poked my head out the door, and my principal's walking around. I'm like, shit, duck back inside and wait the last 5 minutes. That's where that TikTok came from with the like, you try to leave at 6:59 p.m. Like I recorded that immediately after because I was like, fuck, I can't leave.
My 14-year-old tries new language on me, and I just stare at her. After a second try, she just goes back to her room. Yeah, see, you know what, though? Also, be happy your 14-year-old hasn't tried to murder anyone. Like, that's the age.
So things like AF, people don't say it, but they type it. Like,
yes.
You still see that a lot.
That's also a new thing for the last couple generations, was that there was verbal slang, and then there was text and or internet slang exclusively, right? So things you would use on Discord or in a chat or things like that, which like there's nothing more horrific in my eyes when someone verbally goes LOL, and I'm like, I'll punch you in the throat
Yeah, no,
immediately.
don't do
Just
that.
yeah. That's where you're like, how dare you? How dare you in my presence? I will kill you where you stand. It's yeah. What else you got?
We got sus, which
I
largely a
like sus.
result of
I
and
like
that
sus.
experienced a revival with the pandemic because you had a lot of people playing Among Us,
Mm.
and that's like a big part of like, this person's acting kind of sus.
Well,
Salty,
I think it also reincorporated the idea of somebody not being suspicious but suspect, like that person's a sus, like sus,
yeah,
and you're like,
well,
it was the idea of people perceiving. I feel like that I like also when somebody says something, like there's two responses that I like to drop on people, which is like sus, and people are like, God damn, or I'll be like, that's racist, and it's completely not racist, and people are like, that's not. You're like, it's definitely racist. I know. I'm a scientist. Anyways, continue.
salty,
Yeah.
yeah, that one stuck around. I think people don't usually say someone is salty. You usually use salt in a different way.
Yes.
But like the word salt to mean like bitter, yeah,
Yeah.
that's still stuck around.
Well, because
Um,
salt makes things better, but too much salt makes things horrible, right? So it's one of those, I am not a big fan of slang. Feels like it makes us all lazier and not to type the entire word. Says the person who uses AI.
abbreviated
Calm
slang.
down.
Um,
Abbreviated slang.
yes, but also like there's this guy I follow. What's his name? Like etymology nerd. He's got these big round glasses and the most annoying voice in the world, but he has interesting things to say and talks about like how language develops. That I thought was pretty cool. Your Abersling is a
Abbreviated slang. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Ever slang? It's terrible.
Yeah.
What's that mean? AI is making everyone dumber as well, Victoria. However, abbreviated slang, not necessarily. Kind of like
Let's
how
see.
kids today call.
It says bruh on this list, but that's not us. That is not us. Bruh is Gen Z.
Yeah, that's fair. Well, I feel like that, like, because it was bro for.
Yeah, we said bro in the early
Yeah.
2000s and the 90s. That's also you guys.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And then that kind of became bruh because it was sort of like you're saying it with like a bruh. Seriously? Like,
Yeah, but that's also horrible because you're like, what the fuck's a bra? You're like, I don't understand what that. It doesn't even make sense.
my nephew, my 10-year-old nephew, uses bruh. So it's like that sort of thing where bro is us and bruh is kind of Gen Z and Gen Alpha. And again, it's more used like an interjection than as a way to refer to someone.
I thought that bra was the feminine version of bro. I mean,
B-R-A, no H.
yeah. I mean, yeah, you're not wrong, Victoria. It definitely comes across that way.
Well, bra is like surfer slang. And that's also very 90s because you have shows like Rocket Power and like the Tony Hawk games and shit that are floating around. Hi, Annie. Annie is their dog, who's very cute. She's a greyhound.
Oh, that's fair. Run fast. No, you won't run fast. That's all right. Yeah. Then that. What is bruv?
No
so
idea.
bruv is just bro, but in English.
No, bruv is European.
The King's. Yeah.
I mean,
and not even European, just English European, right? Like it's UK speak for bro.
Let's see, thirsty, meaning horny.
Yeah, I think that's lasting. I think that's yeah. Because yeah.
Let's see, we got on fleek. Fucking throw that shit in the trash pile. That's already gone.
Yeah,
Thank God. I hate it on fleek.
Yeah, that's absolutely horrible. Any others?
Bye, Felicia. Remember Bye, Felicia?
Bye, Felicia. So Bye, Felicia is top tier business, though. My problem is people using it for everyone, and you're like, "That calm down, just relax."
If people are wondering, where does slang come from? The Black community and the gay community. That is where most slang comes from, because they are the coolest. How that works.
Not like, even true, but okay.
No, but like people of color make most of the culture in America, and then it slowly like kind of sifts down to the white people. It's kind of how that works. Slay to mean killing it or succeeding.
Horrible.
No.
I have a friend that I'm a comedian that I talk to and try and help her. She's going through some stuff. And every time I say something positive, she's like, slay. I'm like, that just weird. But yeah. Yeet. Oh,
Yeet is a great one because it really captures what it is to take something and just chuck it across the room.
see, but
I like yeet.
I think yeet has to be paired with yoink, right?
Yes,
God
yoink is the
yeeteth
opposite.
and yoinketh away.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's how I kind of like told my kids, like, you know, when I'm going over the syllabus and the plagiarism policy, I'm like, if I like figure out or find out that you're using AI on an assignment, I will yeet that thing into the sun.
Yeah,
pretty good, you know, hyperbole to sort of communicate that you get a fucking zero. That's how that
like,
happens.
See, this is it's because they aren't scared to try, even if they look like fools. If it sticks, then they use it. See, I remember when I was young, people started referring to each other as God, and I'm like, absolutely not. Just stop right there. And I would hear people say it, like, "What's up, God?" And I'm like, absolutely not. Just how dare you? Just disrespectful on so many levels. And then I would heard a guy say it in school. I just reached out and smacked him in the face, and people were like, I'm like, next person who says it, that's what's going to happen. All right. And just killed it right there. Cause I was like, absolutely not in my school. That's not going to work.
Thanks a lot says yeet after a yoink. No, they're the opposite. So yeet is to throw something or get rid of something, and yoink is to take something.
Yeah. God yeeteth and yoinketh. It's true.
They really ought to do like a brain rot version of the Bible. That's not ours, and it really kind of fits, I think.
People who've been in jail call bus drivers boss. That also true. I feel like chief, boss, captain. I love those terms when someone's like, "What's up, boss?" And I'm like, "All right, I'm an authority figure. That's totally reasonable." Someone comes up and is like, "What's up, chief?"
Boss.
Yeah, I know what's going on.
You have a lot of like, we can do a whole episode on like corporate speak and shit like that, which filing that away for later. But a lot of that comes from like military stuff. Right? Running up the flagpole, shit like that.
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing is like slang doesn't always come from the gays or blacks. It also comes from just how prevalent it is in a group and how quick that leaks out to everyone else, like running up the flagpole and stuff like that. Right? It comes from different areas.
Bye Felicia, that very much came from.
Well, Bye Felicia only became popular because of Straight Outta Compton, right? No,
that too. Yeah,
it's not that too. Straight Outta Compton, and then TikTok was like, "Woo, new thingy!" Right? It's not. You got to remember, and that's the problem is because the way that it was used in Straight Outta Compton, you're like, which also is a fantastic movie. Listen, Linda. That was one of the greatest fucking moments for that little kid. Linda. No, I'm your mom. I'm like, not here. This is grandma's house. You don't have a say in anything. That was fantastic. It's a little kid trying to tell his mom what's what because they're at grandma's house, which means he gets treats. It was very funny. Anyway, continue. Sorry.
There's a lot more on this list. I'll put it in the show notes or the description if people want to see it. But there's things in here like Stan, which comes from Eminem. You have trolls with trolls are trolling, to ghost someone, fam, savage, stuff like that. So tell me what you guys think for millennial. Let's do Gen X, moving backwards. Right. What sort of stuff you got?
I got straight just the regular ones from the 80s. So I got bad, meaning good. That's fair. Bodacious. Glad it's gone. That's horrible. Bodacious. I'm like, bodacious. That's horrible.
Gone.
Yeah. Choice. I like that. Something that's really good or excellent. So you're like, choice. You're like, that's fine. Because older than me, people used to call things brum, which is one of the styles of Cadillac you could get. You could get a Brom. So it'd be a Cadillac DeVille Brom was a version. It had extras and stuff like that, which you're like, that's horrible. Duh, still in existence. Yep. Also, when someone says duh, you're like, I want to punch you in the throat. I don't like it's very insulting.
Yeah, it's like, okay, so if that's your guys' thing, it definitely has stuck around. People still say duh to this day, but it's taken on more of a negative connotation. And if you say it to someone, you tend to get a lot more pushback.
True. Well, it's very insulting, right? Because there's also the Simpsons whole, it's attached to it. So you're like, duh. And people are just like, fuck you. I'm not stupid, right? When
I
you
think
probably are.
what people tend to use it for now is like self-deprecating humor.
Yeah.
Where they're like, I brought my phone because duh, and then moving on or whatever. Like,
so interesting enough, on this list, it also has no doy or no duh as a sarcastic way of something is obvious, which you're like, that's fine. Dope, cool or excellent, absolutely, that's fantastic. Grody, absolutely not. Gnarly, love it. Only because I grew up in a machine shop and I know how to gnarl something. It's a specific tool that makes all the fun grip on stuff. Dingus. Dingus is a great word, though.
I wish it stuck around more because my sister used to call me that when we were growing up. Hi, Phoebe. And yeah, it's a funny word, dingus.
Okay, there's one on here that I forgot about Grody. Yeah, but Grody is
I always think of Clueless when I hear Grody.
100%.
Right? Yeah.
There's one that I've never heard, which was "gag me with a spoon," which is a strong expression of disgust. But I'm like, if someone said "gag me with a spoon," I'd be like, "What the fuck just happened?" Like that is an alarming.
Is that from Xers? Where is that from? I remember hearing it like when I was a kid. It was an example of something that sort of people didn't say anymore. Gag me with this. Like you're supposed to say with that sort of Valley Girl accent, right?
Yeah. Well, okay. Next it has tubular is on here. Like totally, which I'm like, I honestly do my best to remove like from my verbiage because it makes you immediately sound stupid. And like when someone's like totally, I'd be like, you're dumb. Just immediately, like that's a dumb person. Yeah. Just because, like that's the complete antithesis of having a vocabulary. Because people who say like totally don't say anything else but like totally, and it drives me insane because you're like you're just bad at communicating completely.
Like is, to the Californian mind at least, like is sort of intrinsic as vocal fry is.
Yeah, it's a word whisker. It's a filler.
Yes, and it is filler, but usually what it's turned into, at least for my age group, like has become when you're relaying a conversation to someone else, where you're like, they were like this, they were like that, instead of saying they said this, they said that.
Right.
Because it somehow feels more natural.
Yep.
I think.
I agree with you. And that's why is like in general has its place, but it's used too often because you should use it. There's a better way to communicate than using the word like. It was like this. No, it reminded me of this thing. Like it's a quick way, but also the problem is when you incorporate it too much into your verbiage, it starts to sneak in as filler and it's constantly, and then you're like, then it's overtaking, and then you're going to be like totally. And I'm like, right in the throat, just immediately. One that, you know what, this was very popular when I was young, which was psych, which is to trick or deceive someone, often said after an obvious falsehood. Which was like, it was funny and then got out of hand. Kind of like clackers when people had clackers in school. It's like, okay, you know what? It was a nice little distraction. Move on. Like fidget spinners. You're like, okay, that's fun. Good. Get back to work. You know, it's radical.
Again, there's that sort of like skateboarder 90s.
Yeah, but like now it is actually just used as how it's supposed to be. I don't think it's take a chill pill. I mean, I feel like people didn't realize how bad that is for everyone to be taking chill pills. Just
isn't that
people are taking too many chill pills? Well, it does, but you know, to the max.
Turns out in the 80s, chill pills is heroin. Cool.
Yeah, well, I mean, it could only get worse from there. To the max. I feel like that's. I prefer crank it up to 11. I think that's a lot more.
Spinal Tap, baby. That's
well,
and that's still around too.
It's that's why it's to the max is not to 11 is definitely right.
Yeah, and like even people who have never seen that movie, because I've used that in like in work environments before, and then someone go like talking, and then someone else goes like Spinal Tap, and then someone goes, "What's Spinal Tap?" But they still understand what "turn it up to 11" means.
Yes,
like it very effectively communicates what you're trying to communicate.
Sure. I dislike using like unless it's proper usage. I like saying like it's like stupid. And this is I still tell people to chill, but I have 20 Alzheimer's residents every night. Jesus. Yeah. Well,
this takes a lot. Let's see. He or she has some sort of child and works with Alzheimer's patients.
I mean,
that's kind of cool.
Hey, that's a full life.
Yeah.
You make sure you have hobbies to distract yourself. Chill pill is easier than saying diazepam. I mean, that's fair. That's fair. Or a Xanibar. I mean, like, look, there's the thing. Tubular's on here, which tubular, I think tubular was, I have 6 kids and in nursing. Jesus Christ, get better cable. That is a lot. There's also veg out, which I feel like that's still used.
Yeah. Katie calls it rotting, which has like a sort of zombie connotation, but whatever.
Thank God most live with their moms. Awesome.
I'm guessing. Yeah.
Also on here is wannabe, which I feel so. Wannabe was just somebody who was a poser, right? Like that was what it was saying. And then
you still hear that from time to time. Like you've seen the things where like Trump is a wannabe dictator, like that.
Yeah. Well, and I think wannabe is definitely a valid term. But like in general, I don't feel like I prefer poser because I think wannabe kind of seems like aspiring, whereas poser is like you're pretending, and we all know.
Yeah. I think it works better where like wannabe is an adjective and poser is a noun.
What's the difference?
What's the difference between an adjective and a noun?
Thank you.
Okay.
Just answer the question.
Okay, an adjective describes a noun, and a noun is a person, place, or thing. So a person can be a poser, but someone who is a wannabe blank that has to modify the thing they're trying to be. Yeah.
I've never been good with those. So
okay. See?
All right. There you go. There's one of those examples where you're all like, I know words, motherfucker. That's ridiculous. How dare you throw that in my face? How dare you?
One time the chem teacher called me the word guy. And I'm like, that's not how that works.
He got you to a T, sir. To a T, okay? He got you. That's fair.
Damn
it. Hey, the world needs word guys. So, do they need big scary giants? Not necessarily. So, fair. Do kids still have the goth cliques? Oh, goths never die.
Goth kids never die. Like the emo, like
they only get better makeup.
You had like emo is like a spinoff, and then emo kids became scene kids. Like that keeps evolving. Goth kids are forever. The fact that there was an SNL sketch where the goth kid goes on vacation like 3 months ago, still a thing. Yeah, and goth is a banger. Go watch that. It's great.
Yeah. Goth kids don't die. They just get better makeup. It's 100% accurate.
Totally. Yeah.
They get more talented. Their powers grow with time, like vampires.
Well, especially because like goths being sort of annoyed with everything and pissed off about everything, justified as time has gone on. Like in the 90s, you're like, you're like a white kid from the suburbs. What are you complaining about? Now you're like, okay, all right, you have something to complain about.
Yeah. It's fair. Like realistically, there's always something to complain about. It's just like, hey, maybe you have
a pretty good thing to complain about. That's all.
Yeah. Well, what can you do? All right, let's hit up these Victorian ones. I have a few that I like.
Okay.
Those are top tier ones. But here, you start with what you think.
Why don't we switch off?
All right, that's fine.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I wanted to start off with one that did stick around because, in theory, this is 150 plus years ago.
Mm.
So the word blazes. So a Victorian swear word, this term you would usually mean hell or the devil. Where in blazes has that person been? That's still
Love
a
it.
thing.
Love it. Hey, also, if you say blazes, I automatically assume you probably wear glasses to read. You're a smart person. Like that's just you're like, yeah. You're like, what in blazes is happening here? You're like, oh, an educated person. Okay. Let's like just yeah.
Victoria in the comments, I don't know if this is still a thing for Londoners or thing like that, but like people will kind of figure out what blazes means,
well, they use bloody a lot.
Bloody, okay.
Which is also synonymous.
Which is also on here, by the way.
Really?
Yeah.
There you go. See, what I like on here was lollygag, which is
lollygaggers. Yeah.
Yeah. There's another term that I would use. It's an old it's like just like it's equivalent to rotting. I think it's Scottish. I'm not sure, or Irish. I don't know, one of those. But yeah, lollygag. And I'm like, because I accuse Victoria of lollygagging all the time, and she gets mad. And I'm like, I just used lollygag yesterday. I mean, lollygag is a good word. It's a good, solid word.
Yesterday, that one has still stuck around, and like,
rightfully so.
In their defense, they had arsenic in the wallpaper, so maybe that's a good reason to be lollygagging.
I mean, that will do it. That will do it. Anyways. Here, hit me with another one.
Drumsticks. The word was used to describe as a slang expression for a hot person's leg, basically like gams, like drumsticks.
Gams always I found confusing, but drumsticks I'd be like absolutely, 100%.
Yeah. I don't know what the modern equivalent of is that plumpers. That's from Daily Zeitgeist. That's not real.
Plumpers? No, definitely not plumpers.
No, that's not real.
No. Thank God it's not. Let's be honest. Yeah, look at those drumsticks. I mean, yeah.
There's like the connotation that you want to eat them, which is a little odd.
Which, that definitely is something that's current.
But it's also there's that horniness aspect to it, because like for people who are like, what's this going to be like? Incredibly fucking horny. Victorians were so horny. You have no idea.
Yeah. And they couldn't just outright say it. Be like, hey, who's down for some fucking? They had to be all fancy Victorian-like.
Yes. Your turn.
All right. I got one that I think I'm going to start incorporating for numerous reasons. Cabbage is a silly or foolish person. Calling someone a cabbage, that is insulting for no other reason than, did you just call me a cabbage? You're like, yeah, I did. It's like, yeah, you fucking cabbage. And watch people go, the hell? Because let's be honest, nobody wants to be cabbage. They want to be lettuce. It's fine.
Okay, so when I think cabbage, I like, me being the eternal Avatar fan, I think of the cabbage merchant, who is a very silly character. My cabbages, that's
also my cabbages, which
that fits, I think.
Cabbage revenge.
This one's kind of like whimsical. A Brussels that'll never sprout. Oh,
that is top tier business. Thanks a lot. Top tier. Continue.
Gigglemug is a person who constantly has a smile on their face.
Yeah. So there's a hilarious thing about how when Russia had the Olympics, they had to educate the populace, be like, so, because in Russia, if you're smiling, you're either it's nefarious or you're an idiot. It's one of the two. Otherwise, you don't smile. And the difference is, like,
wait, seriously?
People in North America, yeah, it's a real thing. They had to explain that. You're like, no. These people smile all the time. They're like, are they stupid? And they're like, no. They just like to smile all the time. And they're like, are they up to something? They're like, no, they're not up to something either. They just smile. And they're like a crazy person. They're like, no, just that's normal for them, And that's a thing. Whereas like growing up, I made a point of always trying to smile because I know I have murder face. So like that was a thing where I'm like, I would always try. And even when people are like, be serious, and I'm like, I want to smile because I'm like, it's in my head that, people won't attack me with pitchforks and fire if I smile. It makes a difference. But yeah.
I just love the idea that Russia is like Dwight in that episode of The Office where they're like getting their pictures taken. Smile, no. And he like frowns for the
100%. That's
showing
exactly.
One's teeth is a sign of submission in apes, like that kind of shit. Yeah.
Which you're like, Technically, I guess. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah. That's fair. This one is it's pretty funny because you gotta take this with a grain of salt. So it's called brain fagged, which is a term for being mentally exhausted or worn out, which you're like, technically, okay, wait, technically brain fagged.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, okay, so remember, a fag used to be a bushel of sticks that you would burn, and it would burn out. It would be helped to, or a cigarette. That's what it became. Yeah. So brain fagged is in you are mentally exhausted or worn out, burnout, brain fagged.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
the grain of salt is slang too. Yes, it is.
Yeah. Take it with a grain of salt. Yeah, absolutely.
It is. Yeah. Here's another one that I didn't realize came from this far back. Do tell. So
really.
The Victorian exclamation means the same thing as the regular modern expression of "you don't say." It's an urge to dish the latest scoop, to spill the tea, which is another.
Which I do like the term "spill the tea." I just don't like how prevalent it is. Be like, what's the tea? I'm like, just calm down.
Yeah. But do tell is sort of understated because it's absolutely words you don't usually use as slang put together to make slang.
Do tell, interesting. I got terms for people. So the first one was general slang terms.
Okay.
The second one is terms for people, and the third is other expressions. Terms for people. Interesting to pivot off of drumsticks. A basket of oranges, which was referred to a beautiful woman. You're like, it's a basket of oranges. And you're like, I mean, that's creative because a basket of oranges
was to refer to a beautiful woman, or a basket of oranges was called a beautiful woman.
No, a basket of oranges was used to refer to a beautiful woman. Which
look at that basket of oranges.
Check out that basket of oranges. And realistically, I feel like that is very creative because let's be honest, if you've ever seen a basket of oranges, you're like, it looks good.
There's that.
Nobody looks at a basket of oranges.
Probably very hard to get back then. So.
Also true.
Yeah.
Also true. There was a whole thing about how people could hire pineapples for their dinner parties.
Have you heard of it?
Yeah, which you're just like, that's wild. But and apparently it was people who owned a pineapple. You're like, oh, they got pineapple money. Was a whole thing. I prefer extra pulp. No, I want a little pulp, not a lot of pulp. Just a little bit, not pulp. I need a little bit of pulp, just a little bit.
Cop a mouse. So it's giving someone a black eye. Like I cop that guy a mouse. So what's our equivalent to that? Getting a shiner? Like, there's not really like a term, because usually if someone's getting a black eye, people don't fight physically as much anymore.
Wow.
In the every day.
Wow.
Fighting in school, they put the kibosh on that quick.
They shouldn't have. They should have started a fight club. Is what they need. Young people need to exert their physicality. Okay, you can't just teach it. You have to train.
I cannot condone that sort of behavior, but it's kind of funny.
I have yet to meet a teacher off the record that has said a fight club is a bad idea. Every one of them was like, "Oh, that'd be so much easier." Because you know what? Save it for the fight club. Just hey, save it for the fight club. All of a sudden, you have a place of learning and a pace of violence. Takes up a lot of your problems.
Put the kibosh. Yeah, the kibosh is Yiddish, but that's more slang. But it basically means shut that down right away.
Yeah.
Your turn.
A gal sneaker, which is a woman who attempts a gal sneaker.
Gal sneaker. Okay.
Yeah. A man who attempts to seduce every woman he meets.
So like a man whore. A gal
That's right.
sneaker. That's
a man slut. That's what it is. Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay, so I know you wanted to do got the morbs, so I'll leave that for you. But to eat vinegar with a fork. So this phrase was used to describe a sharp-witted conversationalist or somebody who was known to have a nasty way with words. Now, I don't know if that means the person they were talking with ate vinegar with a fork, or they are the vinegar, or they make you eat vinegar with a fork.
That's a little confusing, but I see the creativity in it. I just don't.
The vinegar part makes sense. Where's the fork? I don't.
Yeah. That's when you're just like, that doesn't make any sense. That's kind of before we get to the morbs here, I got one that I was very surprised. So this is Victorian slang, was chuckaboo, which was referred to a close friend, which I'm like, it doesn't sound. It sounds like I've heard it as a inappropriate term, but yeah, chuckaboo. No, that's exactly how it's spelled. Chuckaboo.
Chuckaboo. Yeah, like the aboo suffix makes people think of weeaboos, which are like people obsessed with Japanese culture, and then it gets added to other stuff. So people who are like really into World War II on the German side, cough cough, fascists are wereaboos, like the Wehrmacht, right?
Huh, interesting.
You've heard it differently, probably.
Yeah, I don't know, but it means a close friend, which I'm like, that kind of, I guess it got bastardized in some way. But interesting. What else you got there, buddy?
Let's see. Saucebox.
What does saucebox stand for?
Saucebox, much like pie hole, came to refer to a person's mouth over the years. So basically, shut your saucebox.
That would be fun. That would
be
fun.
I think that works better than pie hole, because like saucebox, saliva. Yeah, that fits. Yeah. I like that.
Yeah,
I'm using these for sure. Go for it.
As you should. A mutton shunter was a term for the police, which I'm like, that's hilarious. I'm using these for horror.
I'm using these for sure.
Only problem is I work around a lot of women, so if I say shut your sauce box, that's gonna get you a meeting with HR for sure immediately. Yeah. I feel like shut your sauce box could also be interpreted as a someone of a loose nature. Maybe.
But I think because when we hear the word box, we think of something else.
Yeah, vagina. Yeah,
Thank
that's
you.
fair. Yeah.
Like I said, really horny.
It's, a lot. Yeah. I got dolly mop, which is a woman working in sex work.
Dolly mop.
Yeah. Okay. It was a little confusing.
Is that like, you know how in when someone gets picked up for eliciting a prostitute, they're called like a John? So a dolly mop is a slang term for a prostitute? Or
I mean, by my given name, he's Solomon Green. My dad has not once called me by my given name. He's called me oops since I could even remember. Anyway, to the positive about my feelings about being burdened and regret. Wow. I mean, that's a lot, Solomon.
That is their first comment today.
Yeah. I mean, I hope you're enjoying yourself.
Okay. There's a lot to clean up. You need a dolly.
I mean, there are parties like that. That's fair. I can acknowledge that. What else you got?
Okay, so relating to you and me in the next decade or so, a fly rink is a shiny bald head.
That's fair. Yeah. This I find as hilarious because it's a woman with excellent shooting skills was just called a revolveress, which I'm like,
that's really cool.
That is super fun. Can you imagine someone's like, what do you do for work? You're like, I'm a revolveress. You're like, God damn, all right. You're on my team.
You don't call a guy a revolver. Revolveress I know, is that's uniquely for women.
See, that's why I was like, that is a very specific side of things. All right, Solomon, you have an honest question for us? Hit us. Feel
Annie free. Oakley, the revolveress. Like, that's pretty cool.
I feel like that's like a man using Esquire. You're like, I'm a revolveress. Be like, oh, hello. You know, just one of those things.
Here's a fun one. Church bell. So referred to people, usually women, who talk so much he reminds you of incessant clanging of church bells. Can we get the fucking church bell over there to shut up? Like,
well, you know what? Bells used to be a lot bigger of a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Every like a revolveress, box of oranges. I mean, 100%.
Perfect. Yeah.
That's 100%. A revolveress is 100% a box of oranges, no matter what she looks like or anything else. She's immediately. Quasimodo. I don't. You still haven't asked a question there, sir.
Oh, go ahead.
What?
Sorry.
No, I was. Let me see here. There's Haymarket Hector was a pimp or a pimp's associate.
Wait, say that again. Haymarket, what now?
Haymarket Hector.
Hector. Okay.
Yeah, Haymarket Hector was a pimp or a pimp's associate, which I feel like I want to call somebody a Haymarket Hector, be like, hey, what's up, Haymarket Hector? And watch them go, what the fuck does that mean? Google it, dumbass, and just be like, oh, I'm a pimp. Like, I don't know if it would be taken as a compliment or not, but, you know, it would be entertaining.
So tarnation comes from this period, which we know what that stands. What in tarnation, which isn't a thing anymore, but we know what it is.
Yeah,
thanks to like cowboy media. This is the one I want to say. Whooper-ups or whooper-oops. This term was used to describe people who would sing loudly even though they did not have good singing voices.
Oh.
Example, I am going to my mother-in-law's birthday karaoke party later this week, and I will look like an absolute whooper-up compared to my brother and sister-in-law who do theater regularly. I'm going to look like a fucking idiot.
Hey, you know what?
I'm changing my name now. Go for it. Yeah.
That's totally fair. Yeah, the other one I had here was the morbs, which is a state of temporary melancholy or gloom, which I like. I feel if someone's like, I got a case of the morbs, I'd be like, I can totally appreciate and understand that. It seems totally fair. Like, that is a solid thing. Don't be a gal sneaker. 100%. I mean, that is something you should definitely ask people. Be like, hey, don't be a gal sneaker. We all have that friend where you're like, hey, don't be a gal sneaker. Just calm down, relax. What else you got?
Let's see. We got bricky. Now, as a trading card game player, when a deck is bricky, it means that it doesn't work very well. It like you're not drawing the cards that you need to. Bricky in Victorian slang means somebody who has a brave nature. So like they're made of bricks and they're not afraid of anything.
Yeah,
it doesn't work very well for me.
No, well, no, but it's not. You know what? I'll be honest with you. I feel it's the idea of the job of a bricklayer is not a prevalent job in this day and age. No, you know, so it's not something that you would hear. Oh, yes, I did. Advice on feeling an unwanted burden who is the reason for my dad's alcohol addiction is Jesus Christ. Yeah, talk to a professional. That's my advice.
Yes. This is a comedy podcast, and we're talking about Victorian slang.
Well, hey, I'll be honest, Solomon. We could make fun of you, but I don't think that's appropriate. I feel like you should actually talk to somebody.
Something. Dude, like, get some help. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? Go on to ChatGPT and explain it. No, do it. And ask them who you should talk to and let ChatGPT fill it in. I got one here. I looked up onto it. That was the end for my Google ones.
Okay, but I have one more.
Okay. This one is Academy headache, which is when art became fashionable to a severe degree, this malady appeared, which now applied to generically to headaches acquired at any art galleries. Academy headache, which
interesting.
I like it.
That's cool. All right, my last one here is half rats, which is the feeling of being a little tipsy. Whoop. Something fell off the refrigerator. When like half rats, like, I'm feeling vaguely half rats. I've had one glass of wine. I would like to have another half rats. I think it's kind of cool.
I feel like there's got to be an alternative for that has a little more charisma to it. It's built like a brick shithouse, but Victorian. I mean, yeah, that's exactly what Solomon says, I want to get made fun of. Build's character, my dad always said, would give me a laugh. Oh, so here, you want to be made fun of a little bit? Why'd you stop at giving him alcohol? You should have tried to get him on drugs. Just go for the gold, sir.
I'm not doing it. Sorry.
Fair.
You must be half rats if you think I'm gonna. Done.
Also, one of them is Bags O Mystery, which is an 1850 Bags O Mystery, which was because no man but the maker knows what is in them, according to where the bag refers to the gut which contained their chopped meat. So yeah, if you're
it's for sausage.
Yeah, well, it could also be.
That has like a weirdly jauntiness to it. Hi, if you want to take a look inside my bags of mystery, you might find that you get a horrible case of cholera and die on a toilet somewhere. This is Victorian England, after all.
Yeah, I mean, that's fair. Yeah, basket of oranges is also on this one.
Oh my God, that's great. The emoji for the bags of mystery. All right. Well,
bags of mystery. It's fantastic.
I guess the question for the listener/viewer: what's a piece of slang from your generation that either stood the test of time, or you wish it did? Drop it in the comments below. Leave a like. Absolutely. Tell your friends. Subscribe. All that good stuff.
Yeah.
You can find us at Generation Dan wherever social medias are found. You can also find me at Atlas Novack in those same places. Mostly on TikTok. I'm doing sketches about what it's like to be a teacher or whatever else. Just go follow. You won't regret it. You can also check out my other show, Nexus at Night, which streams on Friday nights at 7 p.m. Pacific. That's about the card game Card Fight Vanguard, which I don't have anything to show to the camera. But if you don't like it, that's fine. How about you, sir?
I am, as you can see here, Dino the Genetic Marvel. Right here. Dino the Genetic Marvel. I am doing all sorts of things. I am posting more about food and activities I do on a regular basis. I am filling up the internet one spoonful at a time. I got criticized by somebody because they're like, start chew your food and then talk, and I'm like, yeah, but then it takes too long, and then I get kicked out of the algorithm. So I just responded with laughing emojis and said no. Because he's like, chew with your mouth closed and finish your food before you talk. And I was like, no, just because.
Wish I could donate. Solomon Green, just subscribe. I'm happy.
Absolutely, yeah. Listen, if you want a fun time, I do all sorts of other shows. Most of them are horrifically offensive. So if you want to be horrifically offended, I might be your guy. I'm not offensive, but the people I hang out with are like Atlas. Atlas off screen, super offensive. As you can see by his reaction from that.
What?
I'll take your mystery bag of meat.
See what I mean? It's got like a jaunty vibe to it, even though it's like horrible. This is before like Teddy Roosevelt and the Food and Drug Act and stuff. That's woof. And also that's in the US and not in England.
Hey, on the term of woof, there's also one that I just found is bow wow mutton, which is a naval term referring to meat so bad it might be dog flesh. And that is where we're going to end it, everyone.
Perfect.
Have a great rest of your
Bye,
day.
everyone.
We'll see you